blessings are falling on me. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. This morning we're chatting to some moms. We spoke to an inventor just now. Now we're going to talk to a mom in a man's world. Recently appointed as the chairperson for the Association of the Professional Engineers of Trinidad and Tobago, the Tobago chapter. I want to welcome to the Now Morning Show, Mrs. Kadia Alfred Francis. Good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Not a problem. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great.
Let me first of all say congratulations on your recent appointment as chairperson.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. So I want to get into the beginning. Like, why did you decide to become an engineer? First of all, how did you get into this profession?
Well, let's say back in my high school days, that was just the other day. We always, someone who really was into math, we always linked it with something with engineering or something like actuarial science, accounting. And, the internet wasn't what it is now, so the research wasn't as we expected. But I applied to do engineering because that's what, the love for math was linked with. And when I applied at the University of the West Indies, I had some options. And I also had a passion for environment, and linked with environment and engineering, there was the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. So that's how I ended up in the engineering field.
And how has the journey been for you so far?
It has been interesting, is the way to put it. The best way to put it. It has not been a walk in the park. It is a very challenging field, and as you said, it is what we know as a male-dominated field.
How has it been navigating that part of it? Being surrounded by men all the time, like it's a male-dominated industry. How have you been navigating it?
Well, faith. Sadly though, still in 2022, we still have the issue of the inequality as respect to male and female in the workplace. But when I started school, if you look at the ratio between men and women in the class, it was actually like 60-40. So it's so shocking that still now we still have that inequality going on. But luckily, I have a good support system that helps me push through. And that faith in God, it's really a big part of in my life.
Yeah. As the chairperson of APET now, do you think you'll be in a position to address some of these challenges that you would have faced?
It gives me an avenue to work on it. Our last chair was also a female, and she has expressed her challenges as well in the field. A lot of my colleagues are also female, but I will try to take this year to my year in as the chairperson to bring some more awareness, because come on, people, it's 2022. Women are out there, and we need to get with it.
Most certainly. Now, you spoke about having a support system that works for you and is able to support you while you're doing this. I'm assuming you're talking about your family as well.
Yes, I have a village. It takes a village. You cannot do it alone, especially as a mother. It's not that I'm asking for sympathy, but it really does take a village, and I have a very strong one. I could not have done it without them.
How do you create that balance between finding enough time to work and enough time to spend time with your family? I know you're saying it takes a village, but I know that you would want to have an integral role, especially in your children's life.
For the balance, I haven't figured that one out just yet. If anybody has the answer to that one, they can email me. My email address is, but on a serious note, my mom always reminds me that the Lord will never give you any more than you could bear. So just hearing that all the time, and trust me, I really have to go back to that village, the village. Because some people, when you think of just home and work, it's not only just that. Because the demands of life now, you also have to throw in, that side hustle There's also the extracurricular that the child might have,
Mm-hmm.
all those things. But the village is what keeps it together, and that faith in God, that's it. That is a major, major, major role there.
What advice would you give to young women who might be interested in becoming engineers or whatever other field and they're motivated to get into it, especially if it's male dominated? What advice would you give to them?
I would tell them if there's work to be done, the work will get done whether you are male or female.
Mm.
Be confident. Confident does not mean being loud. Be confident and always trust in God.
Has there been a challenge for you when it comes to things like, let's say, sexual advances in the workplace and that sort of thing? Because especially we hear about lots of these things when it's a male-dominated industry. That when women come in, they get treated as though, they aren't there to do the same work as me. They're somehow less than, and oftentimes that comes out in a sexual nature. Have you faced those challenges, and how have you been able to deal with that?
Honestly, I haven't had to deal with that a lot in my time in the male dominated industry, fortunately. But what I tend to do is demand a certain level of respect wherever I go, so that people will know how to approach me.
Right.
Demanding that respect is very, very important.
How do you demand that respect? What advice do you give to women who need to demand that respect? Some women are honestly not sure how to enter a room and take control of the room or demand that respect in the room. How can you suggest that they start addressing that?
As I said before, be confident. Make sure that they know that you know what you're there about. You're not there to play games. You're setting the table straight. We're letting them know exactly that I am here to do X, Y, and Z. Always be ethical as well.
Yeah, man. Keep it simple and straight to the point. Love to see it. Tell me something on a more personal note. How does your husband feel about you working in this male-dominated industry?
Actually, I don't know, But since I must say though, since we started the relationship, he met me in the engineering field, even though we have known each other for most of our lives. He met me in engineering. So I think by now, that's like 11 years now, I think by now he should be a bit more comfortable, I think.
All right, I hear you. Tell me about the membership of APET though. Is it same 60-40 in terms of women to men, or what is the ratio like?
Yes, we would say that, but what we do have, unfortunately, is we lack membership in Tobago.
Okay.
That's why we need to be taking this year to work on awareness, because APET is a society and bringing that awareness of the importance of engineering in the society and promoting best practices and the standards. So we want to encourage male and female to in APET. They could email us, look for us on social media. We are the APET Tobago chapter, so that we could, even the females now that I coming close to Mother's Day, that we could also push and promote the importance of women in the engineering field and importance of APET and engineering to the society.
Can you say if APET has any plans to have programs for young women to be able to be a part of or learn more about the engineering field?
I think it's something that we could focus on, because what we usually do is have a lot of professional development seminars. We run that throughout the APET year. So now that, I'm now jumping into it, it's my year, so we can focus on focus on the woman and promoting women in engineering. That would be something nice for this year. So I'll take note of that.
Nice. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, and congratulations on your new position. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments so far, and we look forward to seeing so much more from you.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.